Right then, good old YouTube. We're back. I haven't done this in a good little minute, but it's your boy P Rock Rocka. Gotta be a little quiet because I got some family going to sleep right now. Or they're already asleep. But we're gonna talk about this weekend experience with a deck that I actually like very much right now. Although it's not as explosive as I would like it to be, it's pretty lit. So, I was basically clapping cheeks all night, but I had to go to work. I was already at, I want to say X3. No, it was X4. So I won 4 in a row. Definitely gonna go make tops in my locals. But I had to go to work. So the last guy I beat, I had to give him the win. I 2-0'd him within 15 minutes. Pretty renowned player here in the Dallas community's post, I guess. He was even playing Dino. But yeah, 2-0'd that. I played against Dragon Link. I 2-0'd that. I only did poorly against a burn deck. It was a 2-1 on that one. Beat me once, but I still won. And played against like some type of zombie control. But I'm pretty sure I was gonna go up against Dogmatica eventually, and I was gonna clap those shakes too. So that we're talking about is Unchained. This deck I like because it's very plain easy to play, but if you're a very strategic player, I think this is the most strategic you'll have to get to play in a game. With all these other decks, you already know what they're going for. You know what's the end board. There you don't play differently. You play differently to get to the same end board. This, you just adjust to the situation, and sometimes you don't know where you're gonna end up, and it can always recover. But let's go ahead and start off with this profile. So I'm starting off with 3 Aruha. It's my favorite one. Unfortunately, he's not the best one. Just special summons. Blue Boy, same thing. Well, he's my worst one because I'm a Charmander dude, so I hate Squirtle. So red over blue. But he's actually really good just because of his quick effect. You can use it during any player's turn. And he makes things happen. Now, the third one and the most important one, second favorite, it's a purple boy. Sarama. Sarama is the most important one because he's the one that's going to make you survive against decks you don't know what the hell they do. He allows you to set one, pop one. That's pretty fucking busted if you ask me. Granted, opening hand, he's great, but if you have nothing you can actually float with, he's pretty poop. Very doo-doo. After I'm done with this profile, I'll go over one random hand. And it's literally gonna be random. I'm not gonna pick out the best outcome. Oh, these are the 2 cards you need to start off to go off. But yeah. 2 Unchained Soul. He's awesome, but he's awkward also. My favorite thing against the Dragon Link deck that I played against, wasn't worried seeing this deck because he couldn't OTK me because I can play through negates. But he's the guy was like, I'm not too worried. You're not gonna OTK. Trust me when I tell you, OTKs are possible. Very, very possible. He special summons from hand if anything on the field is destroyed. And if he wasn't special summoned that turn, he comes back during the end of phase, but that's not really all that important. That's just feature play. Soul of Disasters. The Garnet. The freaking Garnet. Kind of what they say. Can't live with him, can't live without him. You can't play this deck if you can't play this. He targets to link off with your opponent's stuff, and if you need to OTK, he'll help you. Because if you have all three little guys, and then summon Unchained Soul, you'll probably end up with, I believe, you just need to do 500 more. And if you can hit all of them on the field, this was what happened. And if you have all three on the field, it's because you burn through some resources with Unchained in their names, and he gains 300 for every Unchained card on the graveyard. That's it for the monsters. Well, for the archetype. Abomination's Prison, Searches, and Floats. Gotta play 3. Alright, this card right here, Escape. I thought this was the worst one, but no. This is the better one than the Called by the Grave. This one allows you to pop one, to destroy one. And if you're playing against some stuff you don't know what the hell's going on, this will keep you in the game, I promise you. This still floats. And this deck actually doesn't care about Harpy's Feather Duster. But yeah. Situation with this, I thought I was gonna lose against a burn deck. All these fucking set cards were killing me. But then after he beat me that one time, I was like, wait a second. This and Purple Boy? He is the reason why this deck is good. You activate Purple Boy's effect. Set this. Hopefully you have something else that pops so you can keep this live. And another monster just in case. So once you pass turn, your opponent sets stuff. Sets card. Activates during end phase. Pop a floater. Get another monster. Blah blah. Hopefully you still end up with Purple Boy. Get this next turn. Your turn is up. Next turn is up. Purple Boy effect. Set this. Purple Boy pops the other floater, and you continue to go off. Granted, you're on a time clock, though. This... If you don't have Purple Boy, you will out-resource yourself. So anyway, sorry to say it. Call by the Grave. And Floats. Not Call by the Grave. Call of the Haunted. And Floats. That's it for the main archetype. We don't play the one that pops for the link monsters that are summoned, because it's just really all it does is just floats. You never use the other effects. 3 Ash Blossom, because you have to. And 3 Extravagance. Mindful this weekend, this kind of pissed me off a little bit, because Extravagance into an Extravagance kind of poop. Then the most broken card ever. Triple T got me through Dinosaurs. Guy laughed. I was like, I baited out the Doka negate. I Lightning Storm because I had Lightning Storm on my side. And I called Spills and Traps because he had the Field Spill and then a set card. He had Ultimate Conductor, whatever. And he laughed. And then he wasn't laughing no more once I dropped the Tactics. Because I baited out the Dolka. That's the thing I love about this deck. It's easy to bait out stuff. They're always like, I don't want you to float. I don't want you to float. I don't want you to search. Oh, I don't want you to special summon. Okay, cool. Negate it with your monsters. But this is a control deck. Mindful. It's a control deck. At times OTK. but mainly control is not combo. There can only be one. Uh, Want me to give me getting zombies? Not much to say about it. Summon limit because this card is fucking busted. Come on. And then, okay, so like Dragon Link, it was 2-1. And the 1 was because I lost to myself. I beat myself with deck lockdown. But I just, I have a tendency to read what I want, then I read what I want to hear or know, and then I stop reading and fail to know that this card stops you from special summoning from the deck. I just thought it stopped from adding cards from the deck. But whatever. You live and you learn. This card's still busted. I'm not going to move it until I use it correctly and I fail correctly with it. But the best strat, Torrential. Mindful, you can go first, you can go second with this deck. It does not matter. It does not matter. Those floodgates used to be evenly matched, but it doesn't work, man. It does, but it just, you gotta be able to do different things. It's just so diverse, especially with Torrential. If you play the deck, you know why Torrential is awesome. If you haven't tried it because you're scared, just stop being scared and just fucking play it. And then finally, 3 infinite impermanence because you kind of have to. That's it for the main deck. Let's go on into the extra deck. I think it's a little shuffled because of the extravagances, so. Alright. First, we're going to start off with Unchained Soul of Rage. You gotta play 3. You have to play 3 Rage. All the Unchained monsters, you have to play 3 ups. Well, at least the important ones. Okay, but. Alright, so quick effect. Link off of one of your opponent's special summon monsters from the field. Just sucks that it has to target, but. If you know what your opponent is playing, you have to know the meta before you go into this deck and want to play it really well and be successful with it. You have to know the meta. You need to know when to interrupt. Because before, when I first started with this deck, first special summon, I freaked out, linked off with it, and they're like, okay, well, they still continue to make a board, but not no more. I've been playing this deck for quite a while now. Anguish. He's important, especially with dinos. He get all the negates out, get that ultimate conductor out of the field. He links up with whatever you want, special, normal, doesn't matter, except face down cards, obviously, during your turn. And then 2 of the boss, only one that you don't play 3 ups. Sometimes, if you know that you're out resourcing your opponent, your opponent won't be able to do nothing or come back no more. Promise you. Unicorn, obvious reasons. Access Code Talker is the main, I would say, yeah, the main MVP for the extra deck. Zeroboros, situational. I really want to get a Topologic, the lane 3-1, the one that banishes spells and traps, just for burn. Because the gameplay of this deck is just, you'll rarely kill your opponent real fast. Then Boros or Dragon, haven't seen them. And this literally was a change last minute, so I literally made this deck Sunday before the tournament started, so these make no sense. I don't play them. I need to find things to replace them with, but I know I could have topped. I know I probably would have won the tournament, but I had to go to work. As for the extra deck, Delancia for Daniels, Lightning Storm for everything. Nibiru, I don't know why, but it's there. Summon limit because it's broken. Because it's broken. That's the other two for lockdown. And if you see your opponent playing Feather Duster, yeah, that's why the friggin' Dragoon was in there. Okay, never mind. The Dragoon is not dead, and Winda's not dead. Those are my Dragoon targets. I mean, my weapon dragon targets. But I unfortunately never got to play that. Alright, now quick hand. Quick hand. Let's go ahead and power shuffle these things. Do. It's time to do. Ow, Peter. That's just nasty. You sound kind of weird. Do. Fast power shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Not really gonna be much playing to show you anything because there's no combos. I'm just showing you how busted this freaking deck is and how you can just end up with nothing but you don't even need monsters to survive. Even with what you might want to call a brick with this deck. It's just being patient. Just be patient. Alright, so we drew into 2 chambers. That keeps me live. And obviously, and I can search, but in this case, I would search for the blue guy, because you're going first. Seeming it doesn't get interrupted, but if it does get interrupted, it doesn't matter. But yes, so this board, there's 2 sets. Normal 1. The reason for the normal, this is so you can pop something off. And you go off. And then you just, oh yeah, you wouldn't set 1 because you need 1 just in case so you can pop off with this. Something gets popped, you get summon, and you pop something interrupt. But this is where knowing your opponent's deck, you're not dying this turn. The next turn, it just helps. But with this, you already go into your extra deck. Now, Mindful go in second. Let's say we don't. Well, let's see. Because if I. What's the number 1 deck right now? Dragon Link. I hope we all know that with Dragon Link, you have to. If you end up with an Ash, and that's really the only interruption you have, Ash the Romulus. Don't freak out and Ash the first search and thinking that's going to stop them. No, they'll still go off. Even if you Ash the Romulus, it'll look a little scary. And you're going to be thinking, oh, did I Ash too late? No. The import is a lot more different if you Ash the Romulus and you do the Rocket Link guy. Alright, this already. So, with that, you know there's going to be a Herald. There's going to be... It's going to be a Herald, Savage. They're going to get your stuff. And I think that's about it, really. Oh, and Spheres to bounce something. So, obviously, here you have to activate this. You have to pitch cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you're gonna go for 3. That's what I always do. Because what are they gonna do? They'll be like, oh, you're just drawing 1. I'll let you get it. Oh, you're drawing 1. Duh, I still don't want you to get it. So let's assume, like most smart players, they will negate. So I get nothing. Next up, deck lockdown. They're gonna be wondering what you're playing. If they already know what you're playing, they know they're not gonna be able to kill you right away, so they're not gonna want this on the field. So there goes a heraldry. And if not, then still great. Set 1. Oh, when that goes off. Actually, yeah, set 1. Set 2. And pass. Actually, no. I'm lying. Normal summon. I forget this play. There's something that can barely kill it, or just kill this. Kill this for battle. Activate. Negate. Usually that savage is gonna have 2 negates. Well, so that goes 1. This will special summon during the battle phase. Then kill something off. And then simply pass turn. Yeah, or you can just crash with the Bull Savage, but I typically wouldn't because he'll just come back. But he wouldn't because I special summoned him this turn. He comes up, just 1 summon. He never saw this coming. What? Negate it. But you're gonna live. He's gonna kill this. There's no more negates. Draw. It's Dragon Link. Come on. At that point, you just take control. Yeah. But mindful, that's not the best hand. It just you gotta keep in mind you have to go through your side deck and all that stuff to guarantee victories. But that's about it. All right. I'll see y'all next time.